Workforce management, locations, and shift settings give you the ability to set the parameters when generating your schedules. Locations allow you to group agents based on general criteria, such as time zones and operational hours, and within each location you define, you can set up the different shifts that your agents can be assigned to. Let's check it out. To set up your locations and shifts, click the gear icon and select Organisation Structure, and then click Locations. Click on the plus icon and then give your location a name. You can create multiple locations for the same place. For example, if you have both full-time and part-time employees in the same physical location, but with different scheduling rules, it can make sense to create these separately. Select the time zone of the location from the list. This will ensure scheduling is accurate to the time zone of the agents in each location. If you use our automatic shift feature, then you must state the operational hours of the location, as well as the shift requirements. If your support operation does not operate 24/7, click to select the days of the week that you are operational and define the specific hours. You can use the Copy to All button to apply the hours to each day selected. Under Automatic Shift Requirements, you can use the sliders or Type to define the minimum and maximum number of working hours per week, the number of consecutive work days your agents can work, and how many consecutive days off they can have, as well as the minimum hours between shifts your agents should have off. Click Save to save your location. Let's now set up a shift. Click the plus icon and select the type of shift you want to create. Automatic shifts are generated based on your forecasted requirements. They allow workforce management to automatically determine the most suitable days and start times for each agent, whereas fixed shifts allow you to set specific days and times for a shift start. The fixed shift logic overrides the location's operational hours and automatic shift requirements we set previously. Let's start with creating an automatic shift. Give it a name and click to add the shift. Next, you need to define the intraday variant. This is essentially the skeleton of the shift itself, where you can define the start times, the length of the shift, as well as any tasks or meetings your agents may need to attend throughout the day. Automatic shifts can only have one intraday variant. Click the plus icon to create it. Give the shift a name and define the length. When it comes to the shift start time, you have two options. Flexible shift start times allow you to choose the maximum difference in shift start time. This is the window of time in which agents can be scheduled. For example, if your max difference is 2 hours, an agent scheduled to work at 9 a.m. can have their next shift start between 7 and 11 a.m. based on the forecasted need. Specific shift start times allow you to define exactly when the shift should start, regardless of the forecasting needs. If you enter more than one possible starting time, the start times for each agent will be chosen to best satisfy the forecasted staffing needs. Next, click the Intraday tab to define the tasks your agents will perform during their shift. Click the plus icon and select which general task or workstream you would like to add to the shift. For example, you can add a lunch break to the intraday to automatically include it in the scheduling. Set the time interval in which the task can occur, counting from the start of the shift. For example, I want my agents to have their lunch break at any time between hours 3 and 5 of their shift. Set the duration, and you can also add a note to provide more context to agents when this task is selected. Tasks with notes will be displayed with a white corner, and agents can see the note by hovering over it. Continue to add other general tasks or work streams that your agents should be working on in their day. You can specify exact work streams agents should be working on. However, you can also leave this blank, and workforce management will select the work stream based on the forecasted needs of the team. Click Save when you're finished. Now, move to the Agent section to assign agents to the shift and click Save. Note, for your agents to be eligible for selection for the shift, they must also be assigned to the workstreams and general tasks defined in your intraday settings. Let's now set up some fixed shifts for my Tier 2 agents. I have 4 Tier 2 agents, and I need to create 2 possible shifts for them to work, one for the morning and one for the evening. That way, we will always have Tier 2 agents available to support our Tier 1 team throughout our working day. The intraday settings work almost the same as the automatic ones, but now you can set up multiple intraday variants for each fixed shift. This is useful if you have recurring meetings on a particular day of the week, for example. Give the variant a name and select the start time and length of shift. Next, select which working days this variant applies to. Note that only one variant can be applied for each day. Next, click the Intraday tab. This works the same way as the automatic shift settings, and if you don't specify an exact work stream to be worked on, then Workforce Management will pick one based on your forecasting needs. Once you have your shift ready, click to save and select your agents. I will now create the evening version of this fixed shift. The notable difference here is that the shift start time is now at 4 p.m, and I have created an additional intraday variant to include our recurring meeting at the start of every Monday evening shift. I will now select my remaining Tier 2 agents who will work on the evening shift. Now, to keep your shifts organized, you can create folders. Simply click to add a folder, give it a name, and drag and drop the shifts inside. Once created, you can additionally enable a shift rotation function. For example, I want my Tier 2 agents to rotate between morning and evening shifts every week. Click to preview, and you can see exactly when the rotations will occur and which agents are working which shift. Note that the automatic shifts are not able to be placed in a rotation folder. Finally, you can click the Actions drop-down to rename or remove your folders, as well as specific shifts you have created. You can use the three-dot menus to edit, copy, or delete your intraday variants, your shifts, and your locations. Click the plus to add and define all of the locations that you support in, and your account will be ready to start generating schedules.